So I'm going to jump right in here. If you're starting, this is going to be day 16. And the disclaimer, as I always say, is I try to keep this under 15 minutes. I go all over the place. I say whatever I want. And I'm trying to build the perfect business for you, the owner, by describing as much as I can in 30 days that are like important details that you can, Google or click the links in the whatever in the body of the posting in this podcast. It doesn't matter. The information you're going to learn over these 30 videos it's extraordinary because I'm trying to crush it. I write everything down on like a recipe card and I just go with it. But I'm just keeping track and we just have momentum so that we're basically building the perfect business together. And I'm just like lifting the hood and just going underneath the automated method, going under the process, whatever, everything. We're getting it all out, okay? I wanted to talk about something that I mentioned before because I watched the previous video. And that is the agents or the specialists that you can connect through the platforms automatically, okay? Let's talk about that. We're going to talk about, sometimes they're called advisors or administrators or something, but we'll just say the specialists that you're going to associate with the platform. This is day 16. Okay? Day 16 of 30. Okay? We'll call it the agents. Right? That's what we at the automated method, because the lexicon's the, I always say that. So what is an agent? An agent is another business or a person in that business, a contact point that specializes in that platform, which is under the umbrella of that corporate area. All right? Now, I spoke about Squarespace, okay? So inside Squarespace, the URL, right? The platform that is the URL. What you do, and this is the future forever, and this is why it's fucking awesome, and you gotta hear this, okay? Because this is how you outsource, but it doesn't have to sound like outsourcing anymore because of this is how everybody does it. Even if it's a localized business, it doesn't matter. If it's localized or remote, this is what I'm talking about. You can set the permissions in the platform under the umbrella of that corporate area. And all you have to do is add an email address, their email address in the platform, and it sends them an email that says, this is how you can connect through the portal that is whatever this platform is, because you were given permissions to do so. So the other end is already a specialist in this platform. So this is a no-brainer. This is how easy it is. They just go and click yes, okay, add it into their portal, and they have the access to you because you grant your ecosystem because you granted it via an email address. The onboarding is there in the email for them, but they already know all that. It's all that jargon's already taken care of. They just click and they do it. So you now have the power of selecting people or other businesses that understand that methodology. Done. Okay? They get you go, we need a Squarespace specialist, whatever business it is. You go add the email address of the contact point or whoever it is, the account manager, whatever, into Squarespace, and you call them the content contributor, administrator, whatever, and they get an email, and that's all they need. Done. Versus teaching and onboarding. No, they already know the platform. They're just waiting for their email to be added as a permission. Now that you know that, there is that ability, that capability, that function in everything that you should be using. So your entire The Model will have every cloud, every SaaS platform will have that function in it. No questions asked. No other way. Because it's all cloud. And it's all this new SaaS. software as a service. And they all have this new method that may be new to you built in. So that's why I always say that anybody that's not adapting or evolving with how technology works, and they ask you to do more work for them, nah. No. I don't care what type of lawyer you are. I don't care what type of accountant you are. I don't care what type of bookkeeper you are. I don't care what type of HR manager you are. I don't care what type of web developer you are. I don't care. The list goes on. That whole onboarding, by adding an email address into the permissions of your SaaS portal so that they can have access, why would you do it any other way? So you're going to pay these professionals that make it harder because they're not using the platform they should be for you. You get me? Okay? That's why I say any of those professional people, that don't change and evolve for you through the platform, I don't know, maybe that's a time to change lawyer or accountant or bookkeeper or HR management. Sorry, not sorry. Because this is the idea. We're building the perfect business for you. So that's why these things matter. Because their bandwidth, everything is going to break your bandwidth. It will somehow try to. So let's restrict how they can break your bandwidth. Let's restrict how everything connecting with your ecosystem can break your bandwidth. And let's firewall it, repel it, and make sure it doesn't happen from the get-go. Okay? And then you see how this is getting, we're basically purifying all of the waters. And then we're building it so that it's interconnected. We haven't even turned on any of the automated technologies as much as you can, virtually while we're building this business. But that one thing is so important because sending emails and not using the platform, once again, I said for your team, I said that whole check first, ask second. A lot of professionals don't behave like that. Because they're so, they're so set in their ways of how they got to wherever they are that if they need to change, just like how it's hard for you to change as an owner, right? They won't either. So they'll just give you commands telling you this is how we do things over here. Oh my God. And you pay them. This is how we do things over here, professionally. But also, don't forget that we're doing it to make our life easier too. We're doing it to make our life easier for you. No. Add email in platform. Email automatically goes to the agent, and then they just don't ask any more questions because they know what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? Oh man, it felt good to get that off my chest because there's so many ways that time bleeds, and it's just crazy. So that's what I wanted to talk about right now. And then we can go on and start to associate the other corporate areas with agents based on a SaaS platform as a remote department. Booyah. Okay? So now that I've said that about the agents, you now have the control of whose email address you put in there to be that advisor, that contributor, that administrator for that platform that you pay for and you have control over. You see what I'm talking about, okay? This is a good one because that's how remote departments comes in, right? Because once you know how the agents work, the remote departments are right next to it because we can just assign, okay? So let's go call this one 10 minutes. Now you kind of got that. I'm going to go right into day 17, and then let's talk about some more of the remote departments, okay?